Lavalier mics, let's talk about it. Alright, so you got a lavalier mic clipped on someone's lapel, the presenter walks out, they start talking, and it sounds like trash. All mid-range, like you're speaking from the bottom of a well. Sound familiar? Yeah, we've all been there. Lav mics are one of those things that look simple. Tiny little clip, plug it in, done, but there are about 5 ways they can absolutely destroy your audio before a single word hits the speakers. I'm DJ from Sound Life Design. Today I'm walking you through the 5 most common reasons your lavalier mic sounds like trash and exactly how to fix each one. Let's get it. Reason number 5, your gear is working against you. If your lav mic sounds bad, no matter what you do, it might just be bad. Cheap capsules, cheap drivers, cheap magnets, garbage in, garbage out. Here's what we want to look for. All right, we're starting at number 5 because this one's the most obvious, but also the most ignored. Not all lavalier mics are created equal, and not all speakers either. Here's the thing about feedback, that horrible squeal that happens when your mic picks up what's coming out of the speakers and creates a loop. Quality gear has a higher threshold before that happens. Why? Because quality microphone capsules have tighter, more consistent polar patterns. Quality speakers have better designed drivers and diaphragms that reproduce sound more accurately and with less phase weirdness. Cheap gear is sloppy. The capsule picks up more of what it shouldn't, the speaker reproduces frequencies it wasn't designed for, and suddenly you're fighting feedback at levels where you should have plenty of headroom. Now, I'm not saying you need to spend 10 grand on a mic, but if you're running a $15 Temu lav through a $30 Temu speaker at a corporate event, you're gonna have a bad time. There's a floor on quality below which no amount of EQ or gain tricks will save you. Spend at least $100, $150 if you can. I've seen some good ones out there for like $60. Shure makes a entry-level one for about $50. It's not glamorous advice, but it is real. Reason number 4, placement is everything and nobody really talks about it. Where you clip a lav mic changes everything. Too low, too high, under the fabric, and your audio's toast before you even touch a fader. Here's the problem. Lavalier mics are directional. They're designed to pick up from a specific angle, usually pointing up toward the mouth. When you clip it too low on the chest, or worse, tuck it under a shirt or tie, a few things go wrong. First, the mic is now pointing at the person's neck, not their mouth. You're getting a lot of chest resonance, a lot of clothing rustle, a lot of off-axis coloration, which we're going to talk about in a second because it's its own reason. Second, fabric kills high frequencies. If there's even a thin layer of material over the capsule, you're losing your presence and air, the stuff that makes the voice sound clear and natural. The sweet spot is about 6 to 8 inches below the chin. I like right in the center of the chest. With the capsule pointing up. Clip it to a collar, a tie, or use a vampire clip under the shirt if you have to, but get it out in the open. This small change makes a massive difference. Reason number 3, you're using the wrong polar pattern for your application. Not all lav mic capsules are the same. Using an Omni capsule at a corporate lecture is like bringing a shotgun to a whisper session. The wrong tool, wrong job. Here's how to pick the right one. This one's a mistake I do see people make unintentionally. People grabbing whatever lav mic is in the case without thinking about whether it's actually the right capsule for the job or ordering the right capsule for the job. Lavalier mics come in different polar patterns, and polar pattern, for anyone who hasn't heard the term, just means the shape of the area around the mic where it picks up the sound, and it matters a lot. We'll start with Omni. This is a Cardioid, but an omnidirectional lav mic picks up sound equally from all directions, 360 degrees, no rejection, it's just everywhere. The Cardioid has like a little cancellation pattern in the back. There's a reason that Omni lavs exist, and it's a good one. If you think about Broadway, think theater, you've got a performer who's dancing, spinning, turning their head from side to side, belting a note, facing up stage. You have no idea where their mouth is going to be at any given moment. So you hide the mic in the hairline, or you tuck it under a costume, and you need it to pick up sound regardless of which direction they're facing. That's really where Omni shines. But there's a catch, because an Omni mic picks up everything. It also picks up everything you don't want. The monitor speakers, the reflections off the back wall, the guy in the front row unwrapping his candy. Your gain before feedback is lower. Your speaker placement has to be more precise. Your gain structure has to be tighter. In Broadway House, there's an entire team of engineers and a system that's been tuned specifically for that. It's a whole thing. Take that same Omni mic and clip it to a corporate presenter standing at a lectern in a conference room with a pair of speakers on either side of the stage. You're going to have a bad time. That mic is going to pick up everything coming out of those speakers and feed it right back in. Unless you have all your people are just turning their head side to side constantly and you can't control anybody, then you might have to go Omni. But most of the time, for talking head applications, corporate presentations, houses of worship, you want a cardioid or hypercardioid capsule. The Cardioid lav has a heart-shaped pickup pattern. It's most sensitive at the front towards the mouth, and it rejects sound from the rear. That rejection is your friend. It means the speakers behind the presenter are less likely to feed back into the mic, and you've got way more gain before feedback. The overall sound is just tighter and more focused. And then the hypercardioid just takes that even further. It's a narrower pickup pattern, even more directional, more rear rejection, great for noisy environments or situations where you need maximum isolation. The trade-off on that is the placement becomes very critical. You need that capsule pointed more precisely at the mouth. But for a stationary presenter, usually that's not a problem. Bottom line, if your presenter is moving around a stage and you need flexibility, Omni can work, but you need to engineer around it. If they're standing at a lectern or sitting at a panel table, use a cardioid or hypercardioid and make your life a lot easier. Right tool for the right job. Reason number 2, gain structure, gain structure. Bad gain structure is the silent killer of lav mic audio. You said it wrong and you're either in the noise floor or one loud laugh or cough away from clipping. Here's how to dial it in. This one typically makes people's eyes glaze over, but just stick with me. I'm going to make it as simple as possible. Your audio system is a chain. The signal goes from the mic into the preamp, through the console or DSP, out to the amplifier, and into the speakers. Every link in that chain has a gain stage to it, a place where you can either add or subtract level. If any link in that chain is set wrong, you're either adding noise or setting yourself up to clip. And clipping on a lav mic, that harsh, distorted crunch when someone laughs or raises their voice, is one of the worst sounds in live audio. Here's the workflow I use. Step 1 is to send pink noise through your system at -20 to -18 dB full scale if you're in the digital realm, 0 if we're talking analog. That's your reference level. Set your amplifier, so literally turning the volume knobs on the output of your amplifier so that the pink noise at -18 dB FS is hitting your target SPL out in the room. Whatever that is for your venue, whether it's 85 dB or 90 dB at the listener, whatever you need it to be, that's where we want to set our levels. Now that your amp gain is set, don't touch it, your amps are calibrated, they're done. Step 3 is to set your microphone gain so that a normal speaking voice, not a shout, not a whisper, a normal conversation level is peaking around -18 dB FS coming into your system. That'll give you headroom above for those loud moments, and you're well above the noise floor. Now your whole gain chain is aligned. The mic feeds the system at the right level, the system feeds the amps at the right level, and the amps feed the speakers at the right level. No noise, no clipping, no drama. We just got to EQ for the environment. That's the gain structure. Reason number 1, off-axis coloration, that tin can problem, mid-rangy sound, and my EQ fix, super simple, take you 2 seconds. When a lav mic is clipped to someone's chest, it's almost always pointing up at their neck, not directly at their mouth. You're picking up sound off-axis, so the mic's pointed this way and they're speaking out that way. And off-axis sound is a very specific character. It's thick, it's muddy, it's loaded with mid-range buildup, usually around the 500 to 600 hertz area. It's the tin can sound, the talking through the cardboard tube sound, all that mid-range buildup that we don't want. Now, it doesn't sound natural. This happens because the human voice has a massive amount of energy at that 500 to 600 hertz range. When you're picking it up on axis straight at the mouth, the full frequency spectrum comes through and it sounds natural. But when you're off axis, the high frequencies fall off, the low mids pile up, and you get that boxy, hollow quality that no amount of presence boost is going to fix. So here's my go-to fix, and it's stupid simple. Pull up your parametric EQ in your DSP, your console, your software, wherever you're working, and find that 500 to 600 hertz range. Set a wide Q, not a surgical notch, not a tight cut, and do a broad, gentle bell curve. Pull that down about only 3 to 4 dB. That's it. Aside from, of course, setting your high pass filter at 120 hertz, 125, you don't need anything below that. It's only going to add to the feedback potential. That's really all I wind up doing. I'll EQ a little bit for voice character here and there. You're not gutting the low mids. You're not making the voice sound thin. You're just taking the edge off that buildup that's making it sound boxy and unnatural. The result, the voice opens up. It sounds present, natural, like the person is actually in the room. It's one of those EQ moves that just sounds like magic the first time you do it, but it's really just physics. Just bypass on and off and you'll be amazed. I do this on every single lav mic that I touch before sound check, before I worry about feedback, before anything else. Wide parametric dip, 500 to 600 hertz, 3 to 4 dB down. Every time, give it a try. All right, so let's recap 5 reasons why your mic sounds like trash. Number 5, your gear has a low ceiling. Invest in quality capsules and quality speakers. Number 4, placement is wrong. 6 to 8 inches below the chin, capsule pointing up out in the open. Number 3, wrong polar pattern for the job. Omni for Broadway, Cardioid or Hypercardioid for corporate and lecture applications. Right tool, right job. Number 2, gain structure is a mess. Pink noise at -18, calibrate the chain, don't touch the amps. Number 1, the off-axis coloration, that tin can sound, wide parametric dip at 500 to 600 hertz, 3 to 4 dB down. Every lav mic, I do it every time. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe. I'm trying to put out videos like this as often as I can for AV engineers who actually, want to get better at their craft. If you've got a lav mic horror story, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Read them all. I'll see you on the next one.